all love the creeper, right? You know, the good old creeper, the bright green thing that still somehow scares you and brightens your day up and potentially blows up parts of your build just out of nowhere. Well, how about a mod that actually makes them blend in more? But in today's video, I'm going to be doing a showcase of the Creeper Overhaul mod. The basic idea behind this mod is to introduce a collection of new creepers based upon a collection of different biomes in Minecraft. This mod adds in 14 new creepers for you to find out throughout your world. Some of them are a bit more friendly than most normal creepers, and some of them are slightly different to a normal creeper base, but all of them are somewhat some cool things, and you might be interested in having this in your typical playthrough, especially if you're using mods. This mod works for both Fabric and the Forge version, but you will need to go into the files page of the 𝓽𝓱𝓲𝓷𝓰𝓼 Forge section on the website, because it does kind of hide either the Forge or the Fabric one depending on the update. We're playing this on the 1.18.2 version of Fabric. Let's begin. Going in alphabetical order and how it's actually put down on the 𝓽𝓱𝓲𝓷𝓰 file page, let's start off with our Badlands creeper. This is what our little Badlands boy looks like. He's a bit of a chubby boy who looks a bit like wood with a bit of cactus on top of his head. It's kind of like, I think, a blending of the textures of the sand and terracotta, maybe blended in here. This guy's a bit bulky. He seems to be shorter than the typical creeper, actually a bit taller maybe. I don't know, not quite sure on that one. Depends on how you choose to count the whole little cactus on his head. And if we ignite him, he'll explode what seems to be slightly bigger than the typical creeper size hole, and it's overall pretty neat. This guy is not friendly. This one's going to kill you whenever he gets a chance to, so be very wary. Heading over to our next little area, we've got the bamboo creeper. This guy's a little tall, skinny boy. They look exactly like a bamboo piece, and they really do blend into the surroundings very well. When you ignite him, well, you can't. I just accidentally killed him. Good to know. This little boy cannot be ignited by a flint and steel. He's casually burning over there, and he's dead. When he dies, he drops some bamboo. Good to know. This fella is friendly. Heading over to the beach, we got a beach creeper. This guy looks like a bit of sand with some kelp just resting on him, maybe some mold, I don't know what you want to call that, with some stony pieces going through his little body, as well as some shells on top of him and a bit of stone. When ignited, he will blow the hell up. This seems to be about the same size as what the Badlands creeper did, maybe a little bit bigger. It might be because blast resistance on the sand's weaker, but that's okay. And this little boy, he's a bit mad. He will try to kill you. Be very wary of that one. This little boy gonna kill you. No, that's just a different designed creeper. Good to know. Anyhow, this little boy here is our little cave creeper. He looks a bit different to our normal creepers. He doesn't have a typical face. He's a bit of stone, and he will blend, well, kind of blends right in with deep slate. Probably blends in a little bit better with normal stone. When you ignite him, he will of course explode. Of course, his explosions on the ground aren't going to do too much, mainly because of the sheer blast resistance of deep slate and stone. But he will still do some ample damage to any actual base that you build down here. And then, of course, he's not friendly. He will try to kill you too. Just like what most creepers will do this mod. And we seem to have a redesign of the creeper over here, which I think we'll get back to that. Bringing out our dark oak creeper, as we go into down here, he's going to be a little bit of a woody boy. He's got more of a creepy face than most. He's got some mushrooms sprouting on his head, and he looks kind of like a bit of dark oak wood. When you're roaming through the darkness of the actual dark oak forest, you're not going to spot him out too easily. And of course, this little boy will glow and then explode. But this guy does a little bit fancy things. He'll give you blindness for a few seconds, and also does a pretty sizable explosion of damage as well. And of course, logically, he ain't friendly. He gonna want to kill you and give you his blindness for a few seconds. Heading over to the desert now, we've got our desert creeper. This guy looks like a bit of tall bits of sandstone with some dead bushes coming out of him with a cactus on his head. Kind of similar to the Badlands creeper in a way. He's got the normal creeper face on him, and he's going to explode when you light him with some flint and steel. His explosions seem to be about the typical size of an average creeper. And of course, he's not friendly. He will try to kill you. So far, only Mr. Bamboo Boy is actually friendly. He does not have any special effects like the Dark Creeper, the Dark Oak Wood Creeper, but he will definitely blend in with the surroundings of a desert if you're not paying close attention to him. Disabling shaders for a moment as we head into a Dripstone cave, we've got the Dripstone Cave Boy. He of course looks like Dripstone. He's got a little bit of a spike coming out of his head, and his face looks a little bit more squished than your average creeper. When lit with flint and steel, he will explode, just like most creepers. He is also not very friendly, so he will also try to explode on you as well. He has no special effects, but he seems slightly shorter than most. Over in the hills biome now, we've got another creeper, the hills biome creeper. Now he looks a bit interesting, doesn't he? He's a bit of a flat bit of stone with some grass and mold coming out of him, with the classic creeper face just slightly expanded by the looks of it. Ultimately a very odd looking creeper. And of course, when ignited, he will explode just like most creepers. So unlike the bamboo creeper, he explodes, but he's actually quite friendly. Until you hit him. So the hill creeper is a bit friendly in that way. He won't go after you immediately, but if you do hit him, he will explode on you. Heading over to the jungles again, we've got the jungle creeper. He is going to look mostly like an ordinary creeper in size, with some different colorations, with the base of his feet being more grassy, with the stock of his actual body being more jungle wood with a bit of vinage on it, and then mossy cobblestone as his head. He's also wearing a great big giant bush, so if he's in the water, he's going to be a lot more difficult to spot. This boy explodes with a nice blue glow and just does basic explosion damage with no extra bonuses. This little boy is not friendly. He will chase after you and he will explode on you. Heading over to the Mycelium Islands, we've got ourselves a mushroom creeper. We spawn him here and he's a pretty nice looking guy. He's got a bit of a stalk that's kind of similar in colour to the mycelium with a bit of a mushroom head. When exploding, he glows up a lot more than normal and leaves behind a poison effect. A poison cloud which will hit you with poison too for a few seconds. This boy is friendly. He will not attack you. Not even when provoked. But as always, you can light him up with flint and steel. That's interesting. Makes sense though. Considering we're on a mycelium island, it makes sense that he won't be actually hostile to you. But he could be used as a kind of an interesting bomb to use against other mobs, or maybe in farms or something on those lines. Heading over to Savannah now, we've got ourselves the Savannah creeper. He's a bit of a weird looking one here. He's got multiple turning heads and is actually a really cool looking creeper. Kind of themed after a totem kind of deal here. He's got some very unique animations to him. It also looks like he doesn't explode, at least when ignited with a flint and steel. He also seems very friendly. Oh. Okay, so he's friendly until you attack him. If you provoke him, instead of exploding like most other creepers, he'll just come up to you and start hitting you, which is actually pretty cool. Very neat little guy here. Heading over to a snowy tanga, we've got ourselves the snowy creeper. He is kind of a white fluff ball. He is going to blend a little bit. He can't actually, you know what, the best way to describe him, he kind of looks like a yeti in a way. With some beautiful horns, he's got the nice furriness that kind of is similar to his goat as well. He does not explode, but yeah, he doesn't explode like the other guys. He's also quite friendly by the looks of things. He hasn't gone after me yet. What if I hit him? He is similar to the totem boy, where he won't explode, but if you do hit him, he will come and attack you instead. Looks like quite a nice looking guy. That's powdered snow. Next we move into a swamp biome as we have ourselves a swamp creeper. This guy's a bit of an interesting looking one. He looks like Walking Death with a bit of skeleton bones on it with a nice looking skull. He's a very dark shade of green and kind of blends in with his surroundings a little bit. He's also got a bit of a lily pad by the looks of things on his head, as well as some grass. He explodes. Doesn't seem to have any form of special effects with his explosion, but he, well, explodes. He will go after you. He's not a friendly creeper. He will go and explode on you. Heading over to the tanga biome over nearby, we have ourselves a spruce creeper. He's going to be looking a little bit like some mossy cobblestone with some brown woody bits just around his body. He's a lot smaller than your average creeper, and he will explode. Wow, that's a lot bigger explosion than what I expected to see from a guy that small. He is also not friendly. He will attack you. He will try to hunt you down and hurt you. Another thing that gets added in is the tiny cactus. This is kind of just an item to just, I don't know, in reference to the little tiny cactuses that's put onto a few of the sand-based the Savannah. I think it's a Badlands creeper and the desert creeper. And it's just a little bit of a decorative piece that you can have in your base. Anyhow, that was the creeper overhaul mod. If you want to check it out, use the link in the description to go to the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼 page for this mod. If you enjoyed this mod showcase, check out this showcase of the Origins mod right up near my hand over here. Until next time guys, subscribe, leave a like, and bye bye.